You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey there, B&B fans. It is Belinda from Soap Dirt, and I have got your bold and the beautiful episode info for Friday, August 11th, 2023. So a lot of times we just pick right back up, where we left off the day before. So just real quickly, on Thursday, we saw Liam making a play for a married woman by trying to rewrite their abysmal relationship history. If you look real quick, I'm going to show you just a couple of pictures here to remind you. That is pregnant Steffy begging Liam as he walks out on her while she was pregnant with Kelly. She's right there laying on the ground. Remember, she was hanging on to his leg, begging, pleading him, telling him how much she loved him. He was walking out because she had spent the night with his dad. But if you remember, he was having essentially an emotional affair with Sally Spector at that point, which she had asked him to stop hanging out with her, and he just wouldn't. And at any rate, there was a whole big misunderstanding, and that's her laying on the ground. Right there, those two pictures for me, with her knowing that she's pregnant and what's going on there, and he knew that was his child at that point, by the way. That is enough right there for me, for Steffi to just tell him to just kick rocks. So Ridge had left Finn's office on Thursday. He headed over to Liam's office and asked him if he still cares about Steffi. So, we're going to get some more of that on Friday. I think Ridge is going to try and reunite Liam and Steffi. I mean, Ridge and Liam are in the International Waffle Boy Society together, but darn, awful fathering as far as I'm concerned. At any rate, we're going to dig into Friday right now, but if you haven't already, please reach down, click subscribe so you don't miss any of our bold and beautiful spoilers, news, and more. On Friday, we have Hope telling RJ Forrester why her marriage really ended. So remember, earlier this week, RJ goes over and visits Finn. So he's back to butting into Hope's life on Friday. And I'm just wondering if the master plan on Bold and Beautiful for RJ is to rotate him around, giving advice to older adults that he is completely unqualified to offer based on his complete and total lack of relationship experience. And if he's not doing that, just taking off his shirt. It's not about the actor. It's not about the character. It is about they brought him in for no reason that I have been able to discern. Unless he's a sleeper agent for Sheila, I don't care about him. All right. Back to Friday. So I believe that Hope is going to tell RJ that kissing Thomas really upset Liam, but that there's a lot more to it. She's going to talk about Liam being torn between two women for years. She no longer wants to compete. She doesn't want to be part of Liam's reindeer games anymore. And she's pretty certain that Liam is already busy pursuing Steffi right now, and she is 100% correct on that. So the big question is whether Hope is going to admit to RJ that she's even more involved with Thomas now, that it wasn't just a kiss. And just on a side note, where the heck is Tommy boy? We need some Thomas to just break up the nonstop Steffi Liam Finn fest, right? Okay. Also on Friday, Finn makes it clear where his priorities lie. Finn is ready to fight for Steffi and insists that she and Kelly and Hayes are his world. He loves her, but I do think that focusing too much on what Liam is up to is only going to turn her kind of colder towards him. She doesn't want excuses, and she already low-key spurned Liam on Thursday's show, saying that she is married, and she reminded him, you signed divorce papers, but you're still married. And unless Finn is going to cut Sheila totally out of his life, I don't see Steffi taking him back anytime soon. Finn does not know his biological mom's full history, is what I suspect. Like when she shot Taylor, who was soap dead for quite a while Steffi was young, and Brooke ended up raising her, which that went well. And, the bottom line is, just because you gestate someone and poop them out of your body, that does not mean that they owe you anything if you are a monstrous person and not just a mother. Just being someone's biological mother doesn't entitle you to anything. And when you're a murderous monster, And I say this as a mom myself, that if I behaved like Sheila Carter, I'm guessing my kids wouldn't want to spend time with me. Who could blame them? Let's be clear. Lee Finnegan was and is Finn's mom. Sheila is more like a sociopathic surrogate egg donor. That's how I see her. I do not see her as his mom. All right, real quick before we dig into this last little tidbit for Friday's episode, if you haven't already, we'd appreciate it if you click subscribe. That helps us out so much. And if you enjoyed this, click that thumbs up. We love the positive reinforcement. Drop your comments. We read them all. We comment when we have time to, but we definitely read every single one of them, and we appreciate everyone that listens. If the Bold and the Beautiful writers have any love for viewers at all in their cold, dark hearts, they are going to give us some more Thomas and Hope scenes to break up the insanity that is the fashionista, doctor, and waffler storyline. That's all I have to say about that. You know, we had a whole week of Thomas and Hope in bed, which people that hate Thomas and Hope probably wanted to break their TVs at that point. People that have been waiting for years for it were cheering. It was a whole week of that. And then we've had just this whole week of Finn and Steffy and Liam. Can we not, just dear writers at Bold, replacement writers that I know are on the regular staff, so I know you know what's going on, can we just have like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Thomas and Hope, and then Tuesday, Thursday, give us some Steffy, Liam, Finn stuff. And then the next week, you can even have Monday, Wednesday, Friday, flip it around. Flip it around. There's a way to do it so that we are not watching the same protracted and painful conversation repeated for 5 days in a row while RJ Forrester struggles to keep his shirt on. That's all I have to say about that. All right. Tune in later this week for full Bold and the Beautiful spoilers coming later today. And then later this weekend, 2-week spoilers, comings and goings action, so much more on your favorite CBS soap. Drop your comments. Thank you for listening.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.